In the winter of 190 BC, two ancient superpowers collided in a battle that would shatter an empire and reshape the ancient world. Our channel explores the grand strategies, epic clashes, and pivotal treaties that forged history. We dive deep into the tactics of legendary commanders and the brutal realities of the battlefield. Today, we uncover the full story of the Syrian War and the climactic confrontation at Magnesia. Welcome to Chronicles of War. The Roman Republic, fresh from its victory over Carthage, now turned its gaze eastward. But a colossal obstacle stood in its path: the mighty Seleucid Empire, led by the ambitious Antiochus III. Rome, the emerging powerhouse of the Mediterranean, had just humbled Macedonia. This created a power vacuum in Greece, a vacuum Antiochus was all too eager to fill. He crossed into Greece, posing as a liberator, but the Romans were waiting. The initial clashes were a disaster for the Seleucid king. Outmaneuvered and outnumbered at Thermopylae, he was forced into a panicked retreat back to Asia Minor, escaping with barely 500 men. This wasn't just a military defeat, it was a diplomatic catastrophe. His allies began to abandon him. Even the legendary Hannibal, commanding the Seleucid fleet, suffered a final, crushing naval defeat. With momentum firmly on their side, the Romans did the unthinkable. They took the fight to Antiochus's homeland. Consul Lucius Cornelius Scipio, aided by his legendary brother Scipio Africanus, led a Roman army across the Hellespont into Asia. Antiochus's peace offers were rejected, leaving battle as his only option. The stage was set near Magnesia. For days, the two colossal armies stared each other down, probing for weakness on the plain between the Phrygius and Hermus rivers. This was a clash of titans, a fight for the future. Let's break down the forces. Roman historians claim Antiochus fielded a staggering 70,000 men. But modern analysis suggests the numbers were far more balanced, likely around 50 to 60,000 on each side. The Romans, masters of propaganda, loved to exaggerate their odds. Their core was the relentless legionary infantry, organized in the formidable triple line. Their right flank was a mix of Greek allies and powerful cavalry. The Seleucid army was a mosaic of the ancient world. Its centerpiece was the solid phalanx, a wall of pikes. On the wings waited thousands of heavy cavalry, including the formidable cataphracts, and a line of war elephants brought from India. But could this diverse force work in harmony? On a cold December morning, the battle began. It started with a failed charge from the Seleucid scythed chariots, which were driven back by a storm of Roman javelins and sling stones. The chaos spread, causing the entire left flank to crumble before the Roman cavalry even made contact. But on the opposite side of the field, Antiochus was winning. Leading his companion cavalry in person, the king shattered the Roman left flank, chasing the broken legionaries all the way back to their camp. It was a moment of triumph. Yet, in his pursuit, he made a fatal error. He lost sight of the bigger picture, leaving his mighty phalanx isolated and exposed in the center. The Roman generals seized their chance. Their infantry pressed the phalanx from the front while their cavalry swarmed in from the flanks and rear. The disciplined phalanx, unable to turn and face the onslaught, was systematically cut down. Magnesia was not a battle, it was a slaughter. The Seleucid army was annihilated. Ancient sources claim over 50,000 lay dead, while Roman losses were minuscule. Antiochus fled the field, his power broken. The subsequent peace of Apamea was merciless. The Seleucids were stripped of all territories in Asia Minor, forced to pay an immense indemnity, and their navy was reduced to a token force. They never recovered, creating a power vacuum that new rivals would soon fill. This single battle didn't just end a war, it ended an era of Seleucid dominance. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of history's most decisive clashes, help us bring more of these stories to light. Please like this video and subscribe to Chronicles of War. The next chapter in this saga is the rise of Mithridates, and you won't want to miss it. Thank you for watching.